For today on Days with Casper, we are going to be shaping this stack right here. And then I've got two of my boards that need graphics. So we're going to try to go do graphics on those. Really quickly, before we get this started off, I'm going to share this to a couple other platforms. I share the link over to Instagram real quick. Copy the link and over to Instagram we go. Oops, wrong one. Today you guys are going to get to see that application process. I've got two boards of my own to shape and apply graphics to, and then there's 5 customer orders here, including a butter knife, which is pretty cool. Really quickly, I will start off by showing the pressing room. We're not going to be loading anything into the press today. If you're noticing, same shirt as yesterday. Laundry's great. Gravity Kills, really cool company. You should check them out. But all right, we're going to get started here. First step here is going to be bringing this to a 90 with the concave. I'm going to throw my respirator on for that. And these boards are available at lifeskateboard.com. Again, that is lifeskateboard.com. Oops, got to turn my phone. Yes, okay, there we go. We got Randy Jackson in the chat here today. That's great. Thank you. My favorite Randy Jackson. All right, so first step here is going to be a popsicle. Beautiful blue bottom right here. That's going to be the edge router right here, and I really like to show this step really closely. Flip the camera around, give you guys a good look at it. So this is where the edge of the board starts to get round. Step after that is going to be right here. Well, the curb nerd is a pretty rounded shape. So, well, we call it the curb nerd, just not the nerd by itself. Where is that template? It's all right. You can check out lifeskateboard.com. Look up the curb nerd, and then you can see what you're talking about. Alrighty, bring it right over here. Alrighty, so this next step, I'm able to take the respirator off because we have a HEPA-approved Festool dust extractor attached to the orbital sander. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. This is the step to ask it on. We're just going to be bringing everything to a 150. And then it'll be ready for graphics. Again, I'm just going to be doing the graphics on my own boards today. Actually, I did see a Casper 3.0 up there that just needed the owl graphic in white, so we might do that as well. Hi there, Ocean. So I know that you don't understand what you're watching, but there were about four steps of standing before we got here. If you're not aware, this is a rounded concave board. You're watching a video that's from a live that's titled "How Skateboards Should Be Made." So if you have a question, I'll answer it for you. But I'm just gonna stay right there. I do make a lot of noise. Hold on. I got you. It's actually, this really is, ooh, that's relieving. You're getting like a nice breeze right there. This guy's actually pretty small. Let me grab the top, I don't even know how to say the words I'm trying to say. Let me grab my tape measure real quick and grab it for you. We've got boards all the way up to some of the popsicles. This guy is an 8.25 inch popsicle. Tony's done with the Casper collage. I am stoked on that. I love doing Casper collages. Awesome. I'll make sure to do it up real nice for you, Farmer. And so basically a Casper collage, you can get whatever graphic you want just for your base price. But a Casper collage is just kind of letting me do my own thing on the graphic, which I really like. I do a lot of backgrounds and double prints. Well, Darcy, you didn't need to ask for one. If you would have just said something, I would have responded, and that would have been the shout out, right? Because we're having a conversation here. So thank you, Darcy. I'm excited to do it, Farmer. I can't wait to do it. it's okay, Darcy. If you're new here, I try my best to keep up with the chat. 150, Zach. I try my best to keep up with the chat and try to respond to people directly. Sometimes I miss it, but I try. We bring everything to a 150. We've tried, Zach, like 180. If you get any finer than this, the lino blocks like to shift around on us while we're printing. So this is a nice little happy spot. The sweet spot. That's Zach McGill in the chat there, I believe. Yes, it is. That's Daughter Dad, somebody who constantly supports the scene by injecting money into the events that everybody throws, throwing his own events, and taking care of Major Taylor's when it's open. So be like Zach. Oh, awesome, Farmer. We'll be stoked too. I'm sure. I'll make sure Sam does it. There used to be a lino block of my signature. Oh, awesome, man. Stoked. I might end up seeing her LP if you skate later tonight. I shifted my sleep schedule around so I can skate when it's not deadly hot, and then forgot that I'm teaching lessons in the morning, so I'm just going to be tired in the morning. Kelly, it's the sweet spot for a nice smooth finish and still being able to print on it with lino blocks. I'm just removing some dye that got into the hot fly there. This guy's good to go for graphics. It's a maple. It's 7 plies of maple that's pressed together. Cannon, if you're new to the channel, I'll go ahead and show you some stuff. So here's what we do with those pieces. We've got 5 of these vertical grains like this. Some of them are colored, some aren't. And 2 of these horizontal grains. We then glue them all together right here and press them ourselves. We've got different concaves right here. That grain that's going the opposite direction gives it strength in every direction. The deep concave that Turbo just pointed out, thank you very much, gives it end-to-end strength. Those guys are under pressure for 24 hours and then they cure in a stack of their own concave for 7 days. After 7 days, Sam, the owner and operator of Life Skateboards, comes right in here, takes one of those uncuts, looking like this. This is a giant one. This is from our monster press. And he adds the truck holes in right here on this drill press. Once he puts those truck holes in, he can take one of these shape templates. These are not boards, these are shape templates, and he attaches it through the truck holes using this hardware. After he has that all attached, you guys are sitting on the table. This happens right here. He then runs that template right along this right here, and this cuts out the shape. When I get a hold of the shape, this is what it looks like. And now you're gonna watch the steps of me making this look like a skateboard. Thank you, Turbo. We've got everything. So there's over 100 shapes available from us. Like you can see, all of these are different shapes. We got tons of popsicles, so people that want just a basic shape with really good concave, we've got that as well. But we got real funky ones. Some milder ones, like the 1993 is more of like a football-esque shape. But we've even got coffins, the aggro back there, the really spiky one. And we are going to do a couple of funky shapes today, including 2 of my signature shape, or 3 actually. This guy right here, my favorite shape, and another one that's one of my favorites, 2 shape, the butter knife. That right there is really cool. For sure, man. I've had a lot of our boards compared to the Psycho Stick, including my shape. So, but if you want to check out lifeskateboard.com, you're going to have a lot of options. You have the 1986.5. Let me see, 1986.5. That's this guy right here. There's the template for that one. Really pretty board. So we're going to knock these boards out today, and then I've got a couple of graphics to do of my own. Hopefully you'll be able to get a good look at those. Thank you, Cannon. I appreciate it. I just work here at Life. I'm the sole hourly employee. Work with the owner, Sam. So you can catch us all the time. These boards are available at lifeskateboard.com. I'm going to throw my respirator on. Respirator? I hardly know it. Where did I put it? Hold on. I think it might be in the next room. I like this light. Sorry, Sam. Alright, let's get to it. Thanks, Cannon. Cannon Kelly. Alright. So let's go ahead and take this egg twin through right here, red bottom, blue top. Flip it around again so you can see it good. 1 second here, I didn't notice something. Alright, let's flip you guys around so you can see it a little better. Thanks, man. It's there's a couple of belt sanders in here. This is just one turned on its side. And then in the other room we have a flat belt sander that Sam makes most of the templates on. Let's show you guys that over there. Oh, yes. Yeah, buddy. What do you mean? If we can make them look good, every one of our boards looks good, my friend. You go to lifeskateboard.com and order a board from us. They always look good. Now, our custom graphic on her is done with a hand-carved lino block. And I'll be showing you an example of those the collage graphic later on in the live today. So there is an expert for those collage graphics. But these are basic graphics. I don't look beautiful. So let me go ahead and show you the next room right here, where we've got some finished boards hanging on the wall so you can see some examples of our finished product. Is the mic loose? Etch them in. These are applied with hand-carved lino blocks, my friend. So those are hand-carved graphics. No, mullet. Yeah, some of the shapes are $85 just for the deck, but our popsicles are $75 just for the deck. Are you not paying $75 for factory popsicles at your local skate shop? We also have decks that are $140, but those are 14.6 inches wide with really, really good concave. We also have a piglet. Yeah, the piglet is a little more expensive, I believe. We've got a series of boards for the piglet, pig, boar, and hog. I believe those, were they over here? I don't know, I'm not the one that cuts out the shapes, so I'm not good at keeping track of where these are, but you can check those on the website. Well, if you get a board from us then, man, if you're not very hard on your boards, our board is going to last you for a really long time. So we do a lot of our processes to ensure a long-lasting product. So we glue in-house, we glue by hand to give a full glue coverage. The Swine series, there we go. That's Sam, the owner and operator of Life Skateboards, which is awesome because I do kind of want to get to work here. So anything that anything you guys ask that I don't see that Sam answers, that's your final answers right there. There you go, make them learn right, man. You got it right there, and I forgot I was in the middle of another board before I started showing you guys that. Thanks, Ryan. It's great wood, Canadian, Great Lakes or Canadian maple, pressed right here in Indiana. Got a lot of shapes from that era for sure. We also got shapes that are named after the year that shape represents, as far as what it reminded Sam of. We ship all over the world, Ryan, including Florida. It's easier to ship within the U.S. International shipping sucks right now when we do it. Hey, you can always get back to it, man. Always get back to it. The website is lifeskateboard.com. Again, that is life, L-I-F-E, skateboard.com. You're going to have a lot of fun on there figuring out what you want. We've got over 100 options as far as shapes go. You can choose your wheelbase, fly number, all that fun stuff. And you're likely going to see it shaped here on the channel. Had a bit of a rough day today, so I'm getting a late start on this. Sorry that we're here. Yep, that is correct, Cody. LifeSkateboard.com. Thank you, Ryan. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And hopefully you'll get a life real soon. And I mean, so Turbo, I'm going to kind of explain some stuff here as far as that goes. And this is just for an understanding of how a board works. So most of your old school boards are going to have a square tail, and that's going to react differently than a popsicle. So when you're doing your flip tricks on a popsicle, your back foot placement is very dependent on where that pressure is going to go. So if your back foot's putting a lot of pressure here, it's going to be applied right here in that line. Same thing, very pointed pressure. When you're talking about a square tail, you got quite a bit of flat surface area right here, so that all of that gives you that control. So you can pop from the center rather than on the edge on your kick flip and balance it out. Takes a little bit of messing around to figure that stuff out, but I like it. Oh man, you might want to check out our Chubby Stubby then. Let's see. Yeah, we got tons of boards that you can turn into cruisers. But yeah, the Piglet's a good one. And if it's a cruiser, you can add some wheel wells to it to make sure you get some more wheel clearance. All kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, it's weird, Turbo. It is a little weird. So the shape that I skate for everything has a fished out popsicle tail and a knuckle nose for me to be able to flip it around and do like tray flips off of my nose. Hey man, share it here, buddy. Lanky, I promise you, there's other people going through some similar experiences. Life's rough, and it's okay to talk about your mental health, I promise. The more you talk about it, the more you're going to find people that relate to you, and the more heard you're going to feel. So don't shy away from sharing those things. You can hang out here with us on these lives, and we'll help you as much as we can. Great start, take it. As long as, be careful now. If it's open, take it. I'll be open with you guys. When I went in to get my hernia surgery, we established that I had insurance. So I went to the doctor and got prescribed medication for my chronic depression. I'm doing better when I take it. Doing a lot better, actually. I've been real good at hiding it from you guys for a long time, but doing a lot better than I was, so. Thank you, Cannon. Do a kickflip. There you go. Yeah, you do whatever you want with the board. So, yeah, if you want to cover your board and stickers, you cover your board and stickers. A lot of people cover their nose or tail and stickers just to help with slides and stuff. Or honestly, probably more because you can see that sticker first thing as soon as you pop. But the only thing that hurts a skateboard is the thing that most of the industry does, which is a heat transfer. The majority of the industry applies their graphic with a heat transfer, which uses heat to apply that graphic. And the thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue is heat. So you putting a sticker on there isn't going to do anything bad to it. It's just going to be your expression on your skateboard. Before I worked for a company that made skateboards, I used to paint my boards. I had stencils that I used to do on them all the time. I'd even reshape the tails of my own board. So, but yes, Gray Star, it is definitely okay to do that. All right. So we've got one more normal shaped board here, a popsicle, and then we're going to get into the funky ones with one butter knife and 3 Casper 3.0s to shape. So we're going to get to that. Hey, it's Shill! It's Shillo, everybody. If you don't subscribe to Lady Skate Squad on Instagram, make sure you do that. It's a really cool group that's super supportive. I think they're having a meetup on Saturday in lieu of people that can't make it out to Effingham, Illinois for the Ham City Jam. Thank you, Turbo. Hey, look at that. Casper's Keeper's in here. But yeah, and if you're local to like Illinois or that area, make sure you check out the Ham City Jam. Hey, look at that. Everybody's in here. Lillian's in there. She's a great customer of ours. Takes lessons over at Q Skate Park and helps out with all that. Just won. Did you win? You got first place at Asylum Skate Park, I believe. Congratulations on that. No, we're in Indiana. We are in Indiana. Let's check. Is my green light on my mic? It's on. Should be. But all right. Yeah, there you go. Congrats. Yeah, well, Kevin, it's my job, but unfortunately there's not always enough work here for me to be able to pay my bills, so I do quite a bit. Yeah, I think I might just be having a connection problem with the mic tonight. I'm having a little issue with this glue right here. Thank you. Oh, Gray Star, you don't want to do that. You don't want to make a living off of taking advantage of others. You want to make a living off of bringing people joy. I say that as a person that used to make a living off of taking advantage of people's wants. I am an addict in recovery. And I'm very open about it. So, let me just say this. Making a tool that's going to bring people joy is a lot better and more fulfilling than some of the other things that I've done for a profession in my life. Alright, let's show you guys this step here. Remember, this is the last popsicle of the day. Thank you, Cannon. I love it. Tolan, I'm glad that you found this channel because it is what it is. Mental health is really, really difficult, and it's one of those things that when you're in recovery from addiction, it's something that you just have to handle, because you've been pushing down your mental health issues and things that you probably should have been dealing with head on by throwing a substance in front of it, just like I did for a very long time. And something that we have to handle when we get sober is dealing with all of those things that have piled up over a long period of time. And it's hard. That's why it's really nice to have a support system or people that you can go to. And but the cool thing about it is, like, and this is from my experience, in active addiction, we turned to drugs and alcohol because we couldn't handle the mental issues that we were facing. And now, without drugs and alcohol, we have to handle those things, but we get to handle them with clarity and control and with honesty too, because, I mean, in active addiction, we lied about our use. We lied about how it was affecting us. And now we have to be honest with ourselves about how it did affect us so that we can face all those mental issues that we pushed away. So I'm proud of you for getting past it, man. And I'm proud of you for sharing it, that you're having a hard time. Because we all have a hard time. You're not alone. But just keep it up, stick around here. 1 second, guys. I have to go grab myself a water. It is I am pretty dry-throated at the moment. But 1 second here. Yeah, nice late night live. I'm really glad that you found this channel, and I hope that you find some really supportive people in here. Shell is a great person to help you out with that sort of thing as well. We're all open and honest about what we've been through. So 1 second here while I grab a water. I know I left a big old water in the car. Ooh, it's dark out here. Scary. All right. Can we do old decks with decals? So if you're trying to see if we can, yes, it smells like wood. Big gulp, you know it. This is how we do our graphics. They're hand-carved lino blocks. Now, if you want us to make a shape that you have in mind, you can reach out to Sam through the Life Skateboards Instagram, Facebook, or the contact on the Life Skateboards website. But yes, it smells like wood in here, because this is just a general workshop in here, and up there is a ton of different species of wood. So, I would say probably the closest to that would be like the medallion-esque ones, like these guys right here. But those on the walls are all finished Life Skateboard decks. Yep, there you go. That's who you guys are going to be talking to about custom shapes and things like that. It would be Sam right there. That is the owner and operator of Life Skateboards. I'm having a hard time today, guys. Sorry. Like I said, it's been a little bit of a rough day today, so bear with me as I'm dealing with remembering what I was doing 10 seconds ago. Maple, Great Lakes or Canadian maple to be specific. You want something with slow growth and long winters to give you a less porous and a more strong wood, or a tighter grain on the wood.
Congrats, Turbo. That was it was holding me back from getting a lot done in a day, and it's a big thank you to Sam for helping me quit that. What? Oh, buddy. Don't buy a board from Amazon. That's gross. You can... So, I'm sorry. I'm just going to kind of explain how this works as far as manufacturing goes. We manufacture skateboard decks, but we also carry trucks, wheels, bearings, all that other stuff. You can get those things from us. You can get them from a skate shop. Get them however you want to. You're watching the decks be made. So if you want to get a good deck that's going to last you a long time, get one from us, from Life Skateboards. If you're not going to get one from us, I'm still going to tell you don't go to Amazon. Just don't at all. When I met my lady, she had an Amazon Complete. The kingpins were higher than the hanger. That's going to make 50/50s not work. You don't know who made those. There's no connection to who made those. And if they're extremely cheap, you can probably thank a bunch of children for putting those together. That's my assumption, but thank you, man. I appreciate it. Well, you do your thing, man. I mean, I'm not making a judgment, just gonna share my experience on it. I smoked for a very long time, very heavy. And didn't really see it as a problem until I quit and looked back on how little I was getting done when I was smoking. Didn't like change me into a bad person or anything, or psychoactively change the way that I personally acted towards other people. Just didn't align with my personal goals. Why is it better now that I don't smoke? I get more done in a day. I'm more motivated to get more done. But that's just me. Yeah, more sharp mind too. But that's, again, just me. So the eating part was never an issue for me, and I don't know why. That has just never been anything that says like loss of appetite is a side effect. It's never really done anything to me. But as far as sleeping goes, that was an issue. I just exhausted myself with skateboarding as much as I could, and then valerian root and theanine helped a lot. Oh, Nunya, that sucks. I'm sorry that happened to you. Probably that, Turbo. The valerian root and theanine helped me out a lot. But yeah, probably 3 weeks was what Turbo's saying there. This guy has quite a bit of texture, so it's going to take some more love than normal. And then remember, after this one, we got 4 funky shapes to do. 4 of them. Ah, yeah, the sweating. That's a big one. I forgot about that, the waking up covered in sweat. But here's the thing though, it's not going to kill you. The withdrawals won't kill you. There's only one thing that's going to kill you on withdrawals, and that's alcohol. So that's one where you're going to probably need to go places. Not really. It's not going to be the same withdrawal as other stuff. It's more more psychological and affects your sleep schedule more than anything. So that's what you can kind of expect. Sometimes it doesn't affect people at all. I know people that can just quit like that. It's like being dope sick, but not as sick. You're not going to be puking. You're not going to have the shakes or anything. It's just going to really affect that. I'm making skateboards and talking about sobriety. I'm not going to talk about someone that the international court has told that they're committing a genocide, but we're going to move on to something else. You guys really know how to get my opinions out. Let's keep it to one difficult topic at a time. One difficult topic at a time, please. Wow, Nunya, that's rad. That's a lot of work. Like Sam said right there. Like being dope sick, but nothing like it. It's just the psychological aspect of it. Oh, dude, that's a vice that I'm struggling with myself. Nicotine withdrawal. I get smoker's cough. It sucks. What is it? Smoker's flu? Is that what it's called? Where you like get flu-like symptoms every time you try to quit. It sucks. Let's see, I think I was like 24 when I won this one in a contest, so I made sure that I put it very visibly. Probably, what, 26 for this guy? You don't have to be terminally ill. I'm living my dream right now, making skateboards and showing you how they're made. So, I don't know, they're pretty rad. Isn't that weird, Imaginator? It's like your body wants the thing so bad that it makes you feel sick. It's so strange. I hate it. I like lost my voice and everything. Yeah, I mean, part of the thought process behind this was it really turns away, these things really turn away superficial people, that's for sure. Anybody that wants to judge me based on the way I look, I don't really want them around me, so it's a pretty good filter. But anyway, let's get two shapes here. And I am sorry to hear that, Nathan. I really hope, get a skateboard. Yeah, max out life. I'm sorry to hear that, Nathan. That is hard to hear. Well, I hope you enjoy every moment you have, man. I hope you enjoy every moment you have, Nathan. That's hard, man. I like that. Wow, man, that would be awesome. Well, I'm glad that you're a part of the medical trial. Maybe we're going to hear about the Nathaniel cure one day. I'll be keeping an eye out for it, Nathaniel. I'm really sorry that things are turning that way for you. I wish there was more I could do besides say I'm sorry about it. If there's anything you're doing to bring awareness to it, please send it to me at Stranger Casper on Instagram. I'd like to share it. You can get one of these boards at lifeskateboard.com. I'm making skateboard decks. This shape is the one that I designed. And Nathaniel, if you have anything that you're doing for ALS as far as like bringing attention to it or anything like that, go ahead and send it to me on Instagram. I will share it. I'd like to make sure for that. This is my favorite shape. Sanders can be tricky. You know, this one tried to kill me one time. That is correct. About 4.5 years ago, I was dumb and I was working here without my hair secured behind my neck. Had this on, had no respirator on, had safety glasses on for some reason, and got pulled into this. It tried to scalp me. It was not fun. There is a video of it. It is posted as a short. It's only like a 2-second video. But yeah, it wasn't fun. Gotta respect these things. The soys are rad. I'll show you our hammerhead. This is our hammerhead right here. Doesn't have that soy curve there, but I've got them on my 2.0 shape. I want jambalaya. That's rad. So that is our shape template. That's not the board itself. That's how the shape is cut out. Here, let me just show you the difference here. So, like this is the shape template for this board. So there you go. So this is how this is cut out. Yeah, that's true. Ours does look that. Talk to you later, show. I'm probably gonna be here super late, so we'll see what happens. I'm actually getting real tired, even though I tried to flip my sleep schedule around. My favorite shape is this one right here. It's the Casper 3.0, and it's what I ride on everything. It's got a popsicle tail, a knuckled nose that I do most of my flip tricks off of. Like what you're watching, don't forget to double tap that screen for me so YouTube knows you like it. New sanding disc. This guy wasn't cutting it. Wasn't sanding it. Enjoyed that time period a lot. I personally ride Ace Classics over the Ace AF1s. I've tried the Ace AF1s. I did not like the sound they made on pool coping. So I skate Ace Classic 55s with the bottom washer removed. Usually just bust the bushing real early and twist the bus to the back. Sam's even made this little truck with a U shape right at the right at the kingpin, so you can lock it in center on your 50s for some reason. I don't get it, but I've seen them. Our buddy Rick Addison rides those. I tried to skate them and it feels weird because I want to crosslock it and it won't crosslock. Gullwing even made a Sidewinder truck at one point. This guy is requiring a lot of extra sanding. These horizontal lines are something I would leave on my personal board, but never a customer's. Online when work is needed. I try to stay on a 24-hour pressing cycle and go live the majority of the time that I'm working, unless I'm gathering some footage to make ads or things like that. Tomorrow I will be teaching the summer camp at Q Skate Park, the indoor on the west side of Indianapolis, and then I'll probably be back in here because I'm going to be real honest, I'm getting real tired and I might have to do my own graphics tomorrow. So I used to be independent till I die, but then Sam gave me a set of aces and I just fell in love with them. What's up, Rob? Yeah, so just turn on notifications for the channel. I try to post on Instagram every time I go live and Facebook as well. I just try to get it out there, especially since like, I love this shirt. Gravity Kills sent this to me. I gotta get one out to Bam soon here. I need to hit up Rob. I gotta hit up Ray and see if I just need to send a shirt to the castle or what I need to do. I gotta get a shirt out there. Because I mean, I'm sure Bam would love this. What's up, D-Nice? You're back. Lance Mountain is a rad. Lance Mountain is rad. Is rad, was rad, continues to be rad, and will forever be rad. Isn't it wild that he like thought he was the least skilled person in that group? You watch all of the interviews of him? Yeah, I'll have to message Ray. I mean, don't you think Bam would like this shirt for sure. I like these guys. I know you guys are reading it backwards because you're on a mirrored screen, but I really like their vibe. I think you'd like that. Who plays them? I used to. Remember, I'm only 33. The Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 game is the reason that I saw skateboarding. Tony Hawk demo, let's get one going. Thank you. I meant to show this off, the owl that you're talking about. So our friend over at Life Without Limits made this for us out of our owl graphic. I really like its cutting board. But yeah, thank you. I really like that we can do our apparel on anything. So when you do get a sweatshirt from us, you'll get the little Life logo here and the owl on the back. That's rad. these rails here. One of the reasons this is my favorite shape in general, whether that's to shape it or to skate it, is because I skate it. So like, I don't know, as I'm cleaning this rail up right here, I'm already imagining what's gonna happen with it. Like this curve right here, I really like to hang my heel off so I can bash it into a smith, or hang my toe off the other side so I can pull it into a smith. And then when I get to these curves on the edge right here, I can already imagine like, oh, this grab is gonna feel good. This grab's gonna feel good. Feeling this little bump against your hand while you're grabbing just to make sure you're in the right spot feels good. Flicking off of that's gonna feel good. And when I get to the nose and tail, I'm thinking like, all right, there's the spot for a tray flip. There's the spot for kick flips and heel flips. There's the spot for front shoves. It's nice to like know what's gonna happen with the board, you know what I mean? Especially when it's the shape that I ride all the time. They used to be heavier, but not anymore. The weight comparison seems to be pretty similar now. None of these are engravings, but my favorite graphic is the Lori graphic. This is my dog. She's a rescue that we found at Lawrence Skate Park, and this is the 8-stair and Euro gap right in front of her. Ooh, a downhill luge board. That would be fun. Probably one of our longboards would be good for that. We got a few longboards. All right, one more customer board and then it's on to that. What's the story behind the bruised heel graphic? That is Sam's. It's a reference to a Genesis quote. And I'm sorry, but I do not know the quote. It's pretty rad though. It does have like my tattoo on it, which I think is pretty cool. How many plies? These guys are 7 ply, but we can do 6, 7, or 8. Yeah, there we go. Don't be a bum, hit the thumb. I like that. I'm gonna tax that from you for right now. In other words, I'm gonna steal it. Yeah, I'm wondering. Man, okay, so we've got really big boards. I'm wondering if maybe we're gonna do sitting luge. Alrighty. Ooh. Getting tired, but I'm gonna keep it going. We got the last customer board, and my board is on its last legs, but I really should shape my own. We'll figure it out. Why steal it? I'm gonna take it. No, I wanted to say I'm gonna steal your meme, but I've been using the word taxed instead of steal lately. I like it. That's what, Kilo, it's because I like it. There we go. Yep, there you go, Self. It is Genesis 3:15. You're gonna tax me for a board? No! You're the one that pays tax. Ah! No, like when I see a fun meme that I want to take that's in the comments, I said I'm gonna tax this real quick because I'm taking it, whether you like it or not. All right, let's get to shaping here. Again, I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time focusing today. Now this one's called the butter knife. If you're like, why does it have those ridges on there? And the answer to that is because why not? Thank you. No, my name's Casper and I'm handcrafting skateboards for Life Skateboards. If you have any questions, you're welcome to ask. Thanks, so. What's the chance of seeing me press a board? 100% tomorrow. Today's not going to happen. These guys are curing in the press right now. Tomorrow we're going to get to that. Thank you, I appreciate it. You're rad. Right now you're about to see the edge of this really cool butter knife here. Thank you. I appreciate that, Turbo. We do get trolls in here every once in a while, and I use them as a jumping off point to talk about sobriety, or I just kick them, one of the two. Get you guys over here. Do we do trick boards? That is a trick board. Yeah, we make everything. Popsicle shapes, whatever. Again though, popsicles are only the standard because they're the easiest to make, not the easiest to skate. Our popsicles are only $75, so you can try those out. We got our great concave. They're long-lasting boards. I may have my opinions on certain shapes and sizes, but that doesn't mean we don't make them. Awesome, that's rad. Thank you, I appreciate you, man. All right, remember this is the last customer board, and then we've got 2 of my shapes to do. And then we'll try to do the graphics on those. I am running out of steam here. We might do the base print on the graphics and then clean the blocks off so I can get a nice clean print in black tomorrow. Actually, what color are we doing over here? Black? Red. Actually, yeah, so I'm gonna do the base prints in white, in all black today, and then we'll come back tomorrow to do the second print to make it pop. Yep, yeah, when you tap on the there's an option that says make my life complete. That comes with everything else. If you just want the deck, you can just order the deck as well. There's also an option on there for us to put it together, but I mean, yeah, it's so remember how I explained when you have like a popsicle tail, it's gonna be pressure going to the same in a very consistent line. You put pressure here, it's gonna put pressure along that line. But when you're talking about something that's a square tail, it's like a triangle. Now when you're talking about this comes to a point. So this is gonna be like that, with 1 point for a straight pop. So is it for functionality? Maybe. You can have fun with it. You can do anything with any board, I promise. There's that 14.6 I've tray flipped, vario flipped, kick flipped, shove it, tail grabbed, all the fun stuff. We've got over 100 shapes. Oh, you're talking about that was my second version of my shape right there. It was fun, but it was weird. Yes, people still use rails. I personally don't on my current shape, but I actually bend Little John's rails to match mine. There's also an aggro rail from Little John's that matches our shape as well. There's your backflip for the day. We apply the graphics with hand-carved lino block. Awesome, Cody, that's rad. Well, I can't wait to get to it. When I'm done with this right here, Howl or Vision Rails, that's rad right there. So now we're gonna get to these little bumps right here, and those are gonna take a little more love. Yeah, they were rib rails, if I remember. They had like the little bumps on them. They felt really cool. Tail Devil makes a really cool rail that sparks when you use it. I do not fingerboard. These things are too beefy. A while back I broke my leg and a professional fingerboard company gave me a complete. I still couldn't mess around with it. Like pressure tray flips, railies. I just can't do it. I know. I know. But I got friends that do. You got 27 Life. They make some fingerboards. Got Stranger fingerboards. Really like those guys. That's my buddy Eric. See, Gary Graves down in Corden does some really cool stuff with USA Fingerboarding League. It's just not something I do. Another person that makes fingerboards, it's an Instagram account called Robotop. If you check them out, they have made some of our boards in a finger shape version, which I think is really cool. They made my shape in a fingerboard version. with my signature graphic on it, which I am blown away by. And they do the graphics by hand. Except for this last one they did for us, they made a lino block for my dog. It was awesome. They made a lino block that was like the size of your thumb. Thank you. Wouldn't it be awesome if those boards were all the same quality they used to be? It's a bummer that they changed it. Yeah, so on the website there's an option that says make my life complete, but you can get all those parts to match, or you can just get the deck itself. So we just cleaned up those bumps on that side, now we're going to clean up this side. Weirdest board I've ever made. Actually, this is a pretty cool one. So a guy used to hang out in the shop, Jason up in Muncie. He wanted a twin tail of this. That was so weird to skate. It came to a point on both sides and had these ribs on it. It was weird. It was weird, but it was fun. Oh, that is a smart idea. Man, I didn't even think about that. Ooh. Now I want to try a Smith grind with this. That sounds fun. Another funky shape is a one-off that I made that's in here. And I'll show you guys this real quick. This, I called it the fibula. It is designed after the x-ray of my broken fibula. I skated that for a while. It was really weird and fun to skate and dangerous. It comes to a real sharp point, just like my x-ray did. This is the board I broke my leg on. So there's one of my old riders right there. But we are done with customer boards today, so give me 1 second here while I go record my time, and then we'll shape a board of mine, get the graphics started, and get home so I can get some sleep and get to the skate park early in the morning so I can teach the summer camp at Q Skate Park. Now, if you're unaware of Q Skate Park, it's an indoor skate park that's located on the west side of Indianapolis. It's at 1727 Stoutfield Drive in Indianapolis. They do lessons, camps, and all kinds of stuff. Their camps are 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. You just got to go to their website to check out all the details on that. Let's see here. Let's flip you around. How and when did you start shaping boards? Go ahead and screenshot this for me. But yeah, they've got a QR code to get you to their website. Everything like that. So there's that. I started about 4 years ago. It was Sam needed somebody to work here. I didn't even have social media. Somebody just shared the post with me. Yeah, you know, man, we can always make neat boards. We were just a good fit for each other. Good fit for the company. I cared about the quality of the boards well before I worked here, so. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I'm sure you'll see me around, man. I throw the events over at Lawrence. Devin's a good friend that takes care of Greenwood down there. Bruce Salazar down there is taking care of cool things. Oh, I'll definitely have to go to Burnside. I want to get to Burnside so I can feel the finish on the paint specifically, because I used Burnside as an example for our paint project at Lawrence Skate Park. If you want to check that out, go Google Lawrence Skate Park. There's a bunch of articles about the project we had there. I volunteer with a nonprofit called Skate Park Respect that takes care of skate parks. And we got a pretty awesome project going at my local park. A squaw? A squaw? Square board, like an unfinished board. Yeah, so I actually used to have a board, and I think it's at home. I used to call it the half pop. The front half of the board was a fully finished popsicle, and the tail of the board was a completely untouched, uncut. So it had the glue on there, like there was still texture on it, and we brought it around and I skated it. I didn't round the edges, I just rounded the corners. It's weird. It skates really weird. We ship all over the world. Yeah, Q is rad. Oh yeah, dude. Nada spins all day. I don't remember, but I am aware. I guess I should not say that I remember when I wasn't alive for it yet. Alright, since we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up right here. Probably the mushroom-shaped board. I don't know. Maybe if you took our stinger and moved the bumps up a little bit, it would look like that. Where did I put the cleaner? Where did I put it? It's around here somewhere. I know that for a fact. Where did you go? Grip cleaner? Dang it. Where did I put it? Sorry guys, I'm looking for the thing to clean the belt with. The belt cleaner, you know, since that's really hard to say apparently. What the heck? There it is. Belt cleaner. It is just grip gum. You can do it, Ryder. Keep it up. That's all it takes is just keeping it up. I'm clocked out now, Turbo, so now all you guys are doing is keeping me from getting to sleep. I'm back. My name is Casper. Later, buddy. Thanks you for tuning in. Thank you very much. Have fun, Gunner. Yeah, music, definitely. Just started doing this yesterday and filling out orders today, for sure. Yeah. So, Life Skateboards has been a thing since 2012. I've been with the company for about 4 years now. People are silly. If I've been a little quiet while I'm shaping, it's because I'm trying to decide how I'm going to do this graphic. I think I'm going to do the black bullseye on both of these, finish out the graphic tomorrow, and then when I'm done with it, I want to roll all of the edges of these black. At least this natural one here, since it's doesn't really have anything to pop as far as color goes for centers. Like we're just gonna get to one of these today. So one of these, I only skateboards with blemishes on them. And sometimes those blemishes are pretty big. The reason for that is we don't want waste. So this has a pretty good split on the nose right here, and I'm gonna epoxy it. Well, Ryder, depends on, you should see if there's anything going on in your community as far as like camps or things like that. There's usually some really wholesome groups of people that help people out. They'd like to get to know your family so that your family's comfortable with them being around you. But driveway skates, garage skates, parking lot skates, you got it, Ryder. Really quickly here though, I'm gonna hit this with some epoxy. And then I gotta wait 24 hours until I can sand it. So we're gonna hit both of these splits with some epoxy here. Yeah, anywhere you can, anywhere. Get it where you can. The epoxy is not in this building. It might be actually. We'll find out. Nope. Doesn't look like we have epoxy in this room. Let me check the other room really quickly, otherwise I gotta go over to the studio real quick. I know that I saw some epoxy in the studio, so if there's not some right here, I'm gonna go run to the studio and grab that. Yep, there we go. Sam just told me. I'm gonna go run to the studio. I'm gonna epoxy this guy right here. We're gonna sand this. I'm gonna start the graphic on it, and that's gonna be it for today. Give me well, more like 3-4 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know. I gotta run to the studio. Be right back. Epoxy. Wow, some of you actually stayed. Yeah, these are pretty small surfboards, for sure. Like I said, I'm just epoxying this guy for me. Thank you, I appreciate it, buddy. Just poking holes in surfboards. I don't surf. I have it out for surfers. It's like if I didn't like boating, I would make boats and put holes in them. It would work. Oh, for smoking, feel free to ask again. I can't see your original question. This is just a 2-part epoxy. I'm gonna mix it real good and put it along this split here. Again, this is just for me. I skate our blemished boards. So in 24 hours, I'll be able to sand that down. And then I've got a board that doesn't look as pretty, but I get to still skate it. No waste. I'm gonna go set this in the other room so that can settle down in the crack. And we will finish this board up here. A 3-point tail, 3-point, like as in, let's see, which shape was that? I know we've got one that actually does do that. Dang it, where did it go? It's a weird shape. Sam, which one is that? The one that comes to 3 points on the tail? Gosh, I cannot remember. It's gonna pop out at me, I swear. I can't remember, but it's on the website for sure. I know because someone definitely ordered one and posted some graphics of it with like the bomb pop graphic colors. Where is that? Now I want to know. I'm gonna be mad at myself until I figure this out. Oh, yeah. Like this guy. There you go. We've got, so like our double knuckle, the knife, the rocket, the big knife, they all have that kind of a tail on it. But man, there was one that like came to 3 points on the tail. Sam is not here right now, no. Sam's at home. Sam might be in the chat. Or he might be working somewhere, to be honest. I shouldn't say he's at home. Hey, thank you. A finished tugboat shape. We don't Do we have a tugboat shape? We have the barge. I don't think I have a finished one here, but let's see. Do we have a barge in here? I don't think I have a barge that's finished. The barge was the largest shape that we had before we made our 15-inch press. Ooh, yeah, the cathedral's a good one. Hey, three-point board. That's a good one. Thank you, Sam. Sam's working in Muncie. I should have expected that. Here you go. There you go. Check out the cathedral. That one's going to be what you're looking for as far as a three-pointed tail. Thank you, Sam. And Robin Hood, I would assume that would be a barge. We might have one in the next room. I'm going to take this up to the studio so we can print. Now, the reason that I run out of here without my mic to go check stuff in the studio is because our Wi-Fi doesn't get outside the building. So there is a possibility that the live is going to kind of fall apart when we leave the building. That has happened before. It looks close enough, right? But we're gonna try our best. That's why sometimes the shorts that are made of my graphic application stuff, it doesn't work too well. We also named the barge after I went on a trip to Cincinnati and skated the barge in the river. We have another shape coming out soon called Artillery Willie because people said it looked like Bullet Bill from the Mario games. And I thought Artillery Willie is a good copyright-free attempt at a name there. We just have one barge, but we do have even bigger skateboards now because that was when we had our 11.75 was as wide of a board as we could make, but now we have them all the way up to 14.6. The Mega Roll XL is a really fun one, what's my favorite board shape? This one, the one that we're shaping right now. This is my shape, it's the signature shape. It's my signature shape, it's what I use for everything. I do my tray flips off the nose. I like the shape of the tail for combos. Lately, while I've been learning new tricks, I try it off of the nose and the tail to figure out which one's gonna react better to the trick. Done with the edges on this guy here. Yeah, dude, tray flips on this are so easy. It's like when you can't really see what I'm doing. The way I set up is I have my back foot angled against this angle right here, and if I can see the edge of the board and no grip tape, my back foot's in the exact right spot. Pop down. It's so nice. It's so comfy. I love it. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it to do a kickflip? I'm trying with my fist and hand here. We're gonna make one happen. I swear. This is my own board, so it's okay that I'm doing this. That hard. It's not hard. I kickflip the 14.6 all the time. There you go. All right, let's take this over to the studio. I'm gonna warn you guys, there may be a chance that we're gonna lose the live. It's gonna get dark, it's gonna get scary. We gotta walk over to the studio. Let's make it happen. Actually, let's touch this up and then we'll make it happen. Kickflips are easy. I'd scale 1 to 10, 2. Look at that shiner. Wow, the light really showed off my black eye right there. My dog really did not have fun with me the other day. She decided that the top corner of my head is where her open mouth belonged. It wasn't cool. Wow, this is really weird angle on that. Either that or it's gotten worse today. Probably worse today. All right, guys, wish me luck. We're going across here to the studio. See that light right there? That's where we're going. And we're gonna lose Wi-Fi. We're off of Wi-Fi now. It's so nice and peaceful out here. I don't want to make a lot of noise. It's so sweet and peaceful. It's lagging? Yeah, it probably will. Well, this is the job I gotta do, so you guys are just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad you said that when there was no face on the screen. All right, so the majority of the time we're gonna do a top graphic on these. I use non-abrasive grip tape. So I don't tend to have top graphics on my boards. All right, so let's go ahead and get to this. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do with this is show you what a lino block is. So this is a lino block. Now remember, you guys are watching through a mirrored screen. It's a reversed carved block, flexible. We roll ink onto it, slap it on there, it's like a big stamp. Now the first one I'm gonna do on this is gonna be a background print, and it's one that was carved by a customer, Ben Blakely. This guy right here. It's a really cool background print. It's getting light. It's 11:11 p.m. Make-A-Wish. Now, if you're like, dang, how the heck are you gonna make sure that that's straight? I was smart. I took one of my old boards. This is the grip tape I use, by the way. It's rubber, I love it. It saves your shoes. Set this right there. I've got these bolts coming up through the top here. Line those up with the truck holes. Let that drop onto there. And now when I roll ink onto this, I'm gonna be able to use the truck holes that I drilled into the block here to be able to make sure it lines up. So let's get this going here. Let's get the black speedball ink out. Let's get myself a little piece of cardboard here to roll it on. A little bit of a wider piece of cardboard, please. Myself this roller here. I'm gonna go along it this way. If you go this way, it likes to get the gaps in between it. This was carved by a customer of ours, Ben Prout. I think I said Ben Blakely the first time. Ben Blakely is our artist for the majority of our graphics. I will be using the Lori graphic and my personal graphic on this. So let's go ahead and get a big old glob of black ink. And it's important to get a couple of thin layers on this. You don't want it too chunky, it'll slide around. You don't want it too thin, it won't adhere very well. It won't transfer very well. This is a completely different way to apply graphics. The majority of the industry uses a heat transfer because it's super easy to make a bunch of the same graphics over and over again with a heat transfer. Now here at Life Skateboards, we are very against heat transfers because while that's extremely easy to do, it does weaken the bond between the wood and the glue. Now we are going to have a little bit of overroll on this, just a heads up. I'm already seeing my own mistakes here, but this is my own board and we are rushing through it. Shout out to Belgium from Wisconsin. I skate regular. But if you're watching me on a live, you might think I skate goofy because you guys are watching through a mirrored screen. Some of the shorts that I have posted from my lives, I've realized that it is mirrored. I don't skate goofy. I am not Russian. No, somebody said from Belgium. I am born and raised in Indiana. Still here, by the way. All right, so I'm gonna hit what I just did again real quick, and then we're gonna flip this over and apply it to the board. I'm doing super thin layer on everything to make sure that it transfers really well. And this is a big block here. All right, time to line her up. I live in Lawrence, just north of Lawrence Skate Park. I've lived all over Indianapolis, everywhere but the north side. So I'm lining up these bolts here that line up with the truck holes. All right, let's set her down. Now it's time to use a hard roller to roll it across. Am I Russian? I sure am. I am rushing my own board here, at least. I just want to get home and go to sleep. Thank you, I appreciate it. There's other methods that don't use heat to apply their graphics, like lino block printing is what we do. But silk screening, stenciling, all that sort of stuff. Other ways to apply graphics without damaging the skateboard in the process. And what you guys are going to see today is an example of a collage graphic. I'm going to be checking this on its way up. I'm going to get as solid a lines as I can here. Now, as we said, this is carved by a customer. We don't generally like to have blocks made of this exact material, but we're very grateful for him to take the time to do this. Shout out all the goofballs. We don't have goofballs around here, just goofy goobers. All right, now I've noticed before where these bolts are, it tends to not apply very well. So what I'm gonna do is lift this off of there. Since I've been applying pressure to that block, should stay in the same spot, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit this one more time, right where those bolts were, get it nice and solid. And now we will pull this off of here. All right, so as you can see, got a nice bullseye pattern here that's nice and centered. So the next thing I want to do is pull some lino blocks out here to print for a base color. Now these won't pop very well today. What I'm going to do is apply the graphics today in black, and then tomorrow I'll come back and apply them in white, really clean and slightly offset. It'll make the color pop. You can see the graphic really well, and while I'm in here, I will hopefully be able to also do that other graphic. Can't find one of the graphics, so give me 1 second here. I know it's in here. There it is. Okay, that scared me a little bit, but here's the lorry graphic. Unholy pestle. What exactly are you trying to say? I'm a little confused. What exactly? Can you elaborate on what you're trying to say so I can make a comment on it? Because right now it's just like vague posting on the internet. You're like that dude that vague posts every day that we don't know exactly what he's talking about, but we know he's talking about something. Thank you, Talon. This is just the basic, the bottom right here. I have not been to California. I would love to. Honestly, the furthest away I've been, I think, has been Pennsylvania. I go out to Pennsylvania a few times a year now. I'll probably have to go to New York this year to meet the Gravity Kills guy, and I want Bam to bring me to that Rochester ramp he skates all the time. Dang, that unholy guy really doesn't know how to elaborate on what he has to say. That's a bummer. I thought we were having a conversation. Oopsies. Anyway, so I just really want to center her face right there. All right, so this is going to be a base print. Like I said, tomorrow we will come back while the blocks are nice and clean. Thanks, Catnip. I'm making skateboards here for Life Skateboards. These are available at lifeskateboard.com. What you're watching is an example of a collage. This is on my personal rider right here. But this is my job. All right, like I said, it's going to blend in with that black there, and then tomorrow we're going to make that pop with white. Let's see. I'm also going to print, I should have done this in a different order, but I'm going to do the side of my signature graphic right next to her head. Like I said, I definitely should have done this in a different order, but this is what we're doing. There's that there. And then one more to fill out the nose. The bottom of the bruised heel graphic will be nice. This was somebody brought up earlier. We'll throw the bruised heel graphic on there, right up next to mine. All right. Thanks, Oxy. Thanks, Jack. So if your kid used to skate back then, the boards used to be made like this. They have shifted to outsourcing, factory production, heat transferred graphics, and garbage. But there's still people out here doing it like us. Like Gluefoot Skateboards is another company that's doing it exactly like us. You got Komodo Skateboards, C-Rat, all kinds of stuff. Even Dead End does screen printing. You are absolutely allowed to ask. I promise. That's what I'm here for. I am applying the base print for a lino block graphic of on my own board. I did not roll enough of that graphic there. I thought I didn't know this much of it would actually show. So I printed a background black bullseye. Now I'm printing more lino blocks in black, and then I'm going to leave it to dry overnight, and tomorrow we'll do some really clean prints in white that are offset from the black prints to make the graphics themselves kind of pop. So it's not going to be very, very visible today. But when I do finish printing this all the way, it'll make things pop really well. Yeah, it's going to be nice when it gets all printed. So right now we have the background print for the board. So this right here, obviously you can't see it very cleanly. Tomorrow we're going to come back with the same blocks and print again. So we've got the black background graphic here, the Lori graphic on the bottom half, the part of the my signature graphic that says my name right here, and then the bottom of the bruised heel graphic here. This is an example of a collage graphic, specifically what would be a Casper collage. And here is the block for the background. Again, huge thank you to Ben Prout for carving that for us. But all right, so there's the start on mine. How much is it to make a board? So it's $75 for our popsicles. And then shapes go up from there. It is an upcharge to get the collage options, but you can get a simple graphic from us for that same price. So that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna go clean the Lino blocks off. That's not gonna be very exciting. It's gonna be me with a hose in the dark, and that's it. So I'm really glad, Colin, and feel free to reach out, Stranger Casper on Instagram. I'm happy to help any chance I can. Hang out with us here, turn on notifications. It's a really awesome place. As soon as anybody makes it an uncomfortable place, they get kicked out pretty quickly. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys sleep well and get out to skate. Can you change the wheelbase? Absolutely. So I'm gonna take a second to explain this. Go to lifeskateboard.com and check out all of our options. You're gonna choose from 100 different shapes. You're gonna pick your wheelbase, you can pick your ply number, your graphic, and the ink that we apply the graphic with. If you want something really unique, you can get the collage option. These boards are gonna last you a lot longer than a factory board due to our gluing process, gluing by hand to guarantee against delam, long press and cure time, 24 hours in the press, 7 days curing, and this graphic application process that doesn't use heat. That way we don't weaken the bond between wood and glue. So remember, guys, have a great night and get a life at lifeskateboard.com. Have a good night.